Okay everyone, I've got it all back together. I've got my iTech World 12 volt little box over here. I'll just press that, turn that on. We're going to start this up, see whether it starts. Hi everyone, Steve here. Well, welcome to another video. I'm in my shed again and I'm going to do a bit of tinkering. It's time to do a detailed service on my Vevor, I think that's how you pronounce it, 8 kilowatt diesel heater. I've had this for over a year and a half now, and we've used it a fair bit. Last year we used it in winter where we're doing a bit of caravan, and we went to a few camping spots. It was just after we bought our Crusader caravan, and bought this so that we would help us out during winter to warm the van up, and it is absolutely fantastic. Really easy to use. I just bought it off their website, and I can't remember how much it was now. I think it was around 140, 150 bucks, something like that. Might have been a little bit more than that, sorry guys. I do have a video on my channel. I'll try and link it in the description. When I first started using this, I think it was at Fat Hen Creek, little campsite just near Kilkeven, and we went there and fired it up there, and it was absolutely fantastic. I think that's where I did the video from memory. But we've used this quite a bit when camping, and we've also used it at our house. Now what I normally do is I've got an extension piece that I put on the exhaust pipe. I've taken the exhaust pipe off, guys, just so that I can pull it apart. It just clips in on the bottom, and I normally run the exhaust a fair way away from the back of the house and hook up the tubing, this here, put it on the front, and run that in through the bottom of the door. I'll put a photo of it up, and we run a bit of warm air into our downstairs part of our house in the morning, because we get up early in the morning and go to work. And we've had some cold temperatures here. It's been down to like -5. It was 4 consecutive days in a row where it was -3. And I tell you what, when you get up at 3:30 in the morning, the first thing you do, I go down, I fire up the diesel heater, poke that through the door, and then I also turn on the air conditioner, and they complement each other. It gets that room nice and warm within 10 minutes, and it's a lot warmer than the -3, -4s, because we haven't got a gas heater, don't want to be lighting up a wood fire and then going straight to work. So we just rely on this and our air conditioner. Air conditioners are okay, but they do freeze up as well. So having this, which you can just top up with diesel, poke in the back door, and run that, is absolutely fantastic. We do put a carbon monoxide, I think that's how you say it, monoxide sensor in the house as well when we're running this, as well as in the van. I'll put a photo of it up on the screen there. It was just one of those battery operated ones, and we have that sitting inside as well, so that we can be notified if there's any nasty fumes or anything. Sounds like it's starting to rain outside. It's probably why it's a little bit darker in the shed here. But only need a few simple tools. I've watched a couple of videos on YouTube, but there's not a lot out there, so I thought I'll show you what I do. 10mm spanner, Allen keys, some pliers, and just 10mm or 12mm ring spanner as well. So I think that's all I need. Getting into this unit is pretty easy. It's just got some clips on either side, and hold your tongue the right way, and lift the top off, and then you can access all the inner workings. There's not a lot to them, guys. You've got your diesel motor down the bottom there, your fuel tank on the top, your diesel pump there, and on the far end here you got your control panel. I'm gonna pull this all apart completely. So the reason I want to do that, I want to pull the pump apart. I want to clean out all the inner workings of the pump. So what I've got to do is, I actually put these zip ties here, guys, on this fuel tank here, just to stop it moving around, because when I got it I did notice it was just wiggling around a lot, and because we're traveling, that's why I've put those on. I'm going to get some rubber gloves too, guys, because this could get quite messy, and diesel seems to stick to everything. I may even go take my jumper off and put an older jumper on, and put a pair of gloves on, just so that if I do get a little bit of diesel or something on me, have a few rags here as well to wipe anything up. But let's get into it, and I'll get the rest of the equipment I need. We'll come back, and I'll set the camera up a little bit closer so that you can see what we're doing, and we'll see if we can pull this apart, put it back together, and hopefully it starts up again, eh? Cheers everyone, see ya. I'll go get some gear. Well, welcome back. I've got my gloves on. I've changed my jumper. I've got a crappy old dirty work jumper that I don't wear to work anymore, so it won't matter if I get a little bit of muck on it and dirt and diesel and stuff like that. But what have I done? I've cut off the cable ties, got those off. Before I did that though, I emptied most of the fuel out of the tank, because I thought if I'm going to pull the fuel line off, I want to try and minimise as much as the fuel that's going to go everywhere. And you can see there with the cable ties cut off, the tank just flops around everywhere. I know it sort of tucks up underneath that end there and it's got the shroud around it, but I put the cable ties around it just to sort of secure it a bit when we're traveling. And I would advise you, if you do buy one of these, I did it when I first got it, just go around and check all your connections. So there's a little screw on the fuel pump there. I'll just grab the camera. So on here, there's a little screw here, there's one here. Tighten all those up. Check all your wiring connections, everything like that. Now you might notice I've put these legs on this down here, so that actually gives me really good clearance underneath the bottom of it, so I can sit this just about anywhere, run the exhaust out under here. That was just some aluminium tubing that I bought from Bunnings. I think it's 50 by 50 or 45 by 45. You can buy the end caps as well, and I just screwed it down through the top of the legs. So it just makes it a little bit more user friendly. So let's get into the tear down of this. First things first, I want to take the air intake off. I want to disconnect the fuel pump. Now what I'm going to do is disconnect it from the underside so that I can just pull it right through the machine and not have to worry about disconnecting any of the lines up the top here. But first off, what I'll do is, before I do that, I'm just going to disconnect the power supply. So there's a little circlip on the top of the pump here. We'll pull that out, that's it there. Take that off, put it aside so we don't lose it, and then I should be able to pull the wiring out pretty easy from the pump, which I've just done. Then we're going to tip it up. Now I'll tip it up this way. There's still a tiny little bit of diesel in the bottom of this, and that should give you a good view of the bottom down here. So I'll tip that up. So you got your exhaust out here, and I can see a fair bit of carbon in the bottom of the exhaust there, and here's your air intake, and here's your fuel line. So sorry if I get in the road here. What I might do is take that air intake off first. Nope, not the right size. Get the right end, Steve. So we'll undo that, pull that off, take the air intake off, I'll throw it over there near the exhaust pipe, and we'll get a pair of needle nose pliers and we'll push together that little crimp, and we'll hold this fuel line gently, give it a good pull, a little bit of diesel come out. Now we're obviously going to get some diesel coming out of this. I did expect this, guys. That's where why I'm wearing the rubber gloves. So I'm going to pull this up through there, hold it up as much as possible, just minimise diesel spill. Shouldn't get too much out because it has got to feed it through the pump to pump it into the motor, but you're going to get drops like I just did. That's all off now because I haven't undone the bolt on the end of the pump here, so I think it's this size here. There's one bolt holding the pump on. There we go. Not very tight, any of these. I don't think that really needs to be, but that pump should come out now because we've disconnected all the wires. There we go there, pump, and everything is off. Now what I might do is, to minimise more fuel leakage all over the place, got a pair of little clampy bloody pliers here, I don't know what you call them. We'll just clamp this fuel line. We won't do it too tight, we just want enough to hold the fuel in the line. Clamp that up, set that aside. Now get into getting the motor out. Now we'll poke that cord there through the hole. We'll pull this through. What I might do is disconnect the power supply. So I've got a black that's on the left first, and then a red. So I'll take that off. We've got your control panel wire here. Now these are just little push clips. We'll lift this out if we can. That just lifts off, guys. So these are all just little push clips. You just got to hold up the flange and you can pull the wire apart. That's how easy that shelf comes out, guys. It's not held in with anything. Wiring harness here to the motor or to the diesel heater itself. It's not really a motor, it's just a diesel heater. I keep calling it a motor. I'm sure we should be able to just push these and pull this apart somehow. There we go, like that. So there's your complete wiring harness taken out. We'll put that down with that. Now it's just a matter of undoing the bolts on the bottom of the diesel pump, 10 mil, which is what I had on the back there. There we go, not real tight, they're just going into soft aluminium. Okay, they're all loose now, so we can wind them out. Get the bottom two out. So I'll get these all out, and then we'll lift this motor off. Yeah, so why would you be doing this? Really, guys, if you run it for a long period of time, if you notice, if you've got some bad fuel, if you notice a lot of smoke coming out of your diesel heater, it may be gummed up with carbon. There's a lot of reasons why it happens. I do run a little bit of Kero in my fuel. I have heard it thins the mix down a little bit and helps stopping with the build up inside. So that is that. They're the 4 bolts out of the bottom. Now this should just pull out. I'll just have a look at it here. Anything holding it, I think, is the fuel line. Give it a yank. There we go there. So the heat pump is out. That's just your carcass. So that can go away down the side there. So very simple setup. They're all basically the same. Like I said, this is 8 kilowatt. Now to get access to the motor, just unscrew the little end cap off the top there. There's no bolts holding it on. Lift the top up, that comes off. We'll put that over there, we'll sit that in there. We'll sit all our parts in there as well now, so we don't lose them. And there you go, there's the inner workings of your motor. I keep calling it a motor, it's not a motor, it's a heat pump. So there's the red thing there is your glow plug. Up here's your control panel. On the front is your fan, which sucks the air in, pumps air into the motor. There is, I don't think there's any screws holding this in. There's just a little clip here we've got to pull out with the wiring. We should be able to lift that up, pull it out, which we can. Pretty simple to pull apart, isn't it, guys? So there you go there. So we've just got to take this electrical box off the top. There's one Allen key there, which is this size here, because I read it on a video, I seen it on a video. What we might do first though is take off the heat sensor to the glow plug, well, to this unit. So this just detects the heat in the combustion chamber. We'll take that off. That wire there should come out because we want to get all the wiring out. We'll undo this little Allen key bolt here now. Take that out because we want to get right into the inner workings of this, because I want to clean it right out, guys. So that's a little nut there, just keep a memory of that. 2 clamps there, undo those. So we've got 2 wires, we've got to unclip a blue one and a white one, and there's all your control unit for your heating and everything like that there. We'll put that aside with the other wiring. So we're pretty well got access to all the Allen bolts, which are the same size as the last one we took out. So there's only 4 of them around the top there. We've got to undo those. Should come off, yep. Loosen them all up. There we go. Lucky I put the gloves on, got diesel all over my hands. There we go. 3, 4. So we should be able to spin them out now. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this looks inside. They're longer bolts. I'm saying the length of all these bolts, I've got it on camera, guys. It's a good idea. Like when you're pulling electrical stuff apart, make sure you number all your cords, take photos, all that sort of thing, so that when you go to put it back together, you know where to put stuff. At least I can go back on this video myself if I forget when I'm doing the put together part, and say, oh Steve, that was the long bolts in the top there and the short one goes in the top of the electrical thing. Hey guys, I just want to give a big shout out on this video too for everyone that watched my why I'm not putting fixed panels on the Ranger video. It went gangbusters, guys. Over 100 new subscribers out of that video. And it's not something I talk about all the time. I don't really talk about subscribers that much, but it does help my videos out. So I really appreciate everyone that actually subscribed to that video. And so it just says that you did enjoy it. And it helps me with this YouTube getting my videos out to everyone. So thanks everyone, I really appreciate it. So cheers guys. So let's see how this comes out. Well, it's not tight, guys, put it that way. Looks like a turbocharger. There's a gasket on there, we'll try not to damage that. So there's your fan that blows air into, it sucks the air in and then blows it into your unit. Where will we put that? Over here, making sure we don't drop it. So in the top here, you've got your glow plug there, and that probably goes into the combustion chamber. There is 4 more Allen bolts. So what we might do is undo the glow plug. Now 12mm spanner, which again off the previous video I watched, I'll pull that rubber cap out, get on there and give it a bit. There we go. Wasn't real tight, but it was just done up enough, and we should be able to just wind that cord around. This will tell us what it looks like in here. Now, it doesn't seem broken or anything. It seems pretty good. No build up on it. So there's the glow plug there. You can buy new ones of these off different suppliers. I did join the diesel heater Facebook page, and there was actually a story on those about this morning. Some people leaving a few links, so it's probably a good Facebook group to get on if you got one of these. If you need to order extra parts, you can buy all sorts of replacement parts for these. Now that bolt wasn't very tight, guys. No, neither was that one. Now these ones in here that are actually holding this front part, they're not tight at all. So I don't know whether vibrations or that one's reasonably tight. Have loosened those up, you know, heating up, cooling down, that sort of thing. I don't know, I might be just making that up. But yeah, they weren't very tight. So we'll get these out, and then we should be able to get to the complete inner workings. I'm interested to see what's in here. How hard this centerpiece is to get out of the back half of this, which looks like a Victor lawnmower. They are reasonably short bolts, those. They're not real long. We'll put them in that other part and keep them separate from the other ones. I'll tell you what, it's bloody cold today. I might, once I get this done, Annie's sitting inside now, she's got a real bad cold, and I might set this up in the back of the house again this afternoon and warm the house up. Hopefully we don't get that real, it's sort of cloudy, so I don't think it's going to get like overly cold tonight like frost, but I tell you what, cloud cover, winter, bit of wind, no sun, just makes it for a good day to be sitting inside watching a movie or making a video in your shed, eh? So yeah, if it's cold weather, watch me YouTube videos. Okay, let's see how hard this is to get off. I don't know how it comes off. Oh, the centre part comes out, there's a little rubber grommet. That was not tight at all. Oh yeah, I can see some diesel remnants in there and carbon. What do we got here? Oh yeah, there's a big hunk of carbon in the bottom there. There's a little bit in where the air take fans are on the top there, like you see carbon there. Now, I'll come around the front of the camera. I'll see if I can hold that in the light. Can you see that big hunk of carbon in the bottom of that? That's the combustion chamber. So your fuel line is coming in there, getting shot out of those little holes in the bottom there and blown into the combustion chamber there, where it ignites like a flamethrower and heats up the other part here. So if it's not burning all the fuel because it's gummed up, that's where you end up with smoke, because in here it's not too bad. There's a little bit of, you can see a little bit of like wet diesel-y build up in the top of the exhaust there, and a little bit of carbon build up inside there. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some little wire brushes I bought yesterday from Super Cheap, and I'm going to give this a scrub up. I'll go get them, we'll come back and we'll get this cleaned up, and then we'll start putting it all back together. Cheers everyone. Okay, got my cleaning kit. I was trying to find something small, and I actually seen this 12 volt electrical, hopefully the glare's not too bad, multi-purpose 12 volt electrical accessory cleaner kit down in Supercheap. And I thought that'll probably come in handy because I don't want a real big wire brush. I wanted something like, it's got this little brush thing here. I thought that'd be good for getting in that pot, which it is. And that little brush there, which will be good for getting down in the motor. All I'm basically going to do, guys, is go out there and scrub this all out. I don't want to do it in the shed here because I don't want to get soot everywhere. Going to do it outside. I'll give it a scrub with this. I might even put a bit of petrol in there or something and try and dissolve some of the muck and grime off it. Give it a good clean out. There's the gasket there. I don't want to lose that. Yeah, so even on that gasket there, guys, you can see some carbon, so I'll give that a clean up as well. And I'll come back, show you what it looks like, and we'll put it all back together and get it running, eh? Cheers, everyone. Okay, got it all done. It wasn't too hard. Those there are the duck's nuts. If you are duck's nuts, don't know where that come from. If you want to clean these out, they're absolutely brilliant. Like that little one there was great for getting up inside there, get right to the top. This other brush was great for getting inside there. So everything is really nice and clean in there now. This little piece here, I'll just come back around the front of the camera there again. So this piece here, I did make sure I covered that up the whole time I was cleaning it. Now inside there is a tiny little filter. I just made sure that was clean. I've got a little blower over here. So that thing there, I got that. Blew some air through there. I put it over there, blew the air back through the other way as well. You can see down in there now, all the carbon's gone. It's all nice and clean down there where the fuel gets pumped in. So this is all ready to go back together. So what I'm going to do is basically put all this back together. You don't want to see me doing that because you watch me pull it apart. It's just reverse order of how I pulled it apart. But if I have any dramas putting it back together, I'll let you know. We'll get it all back together. And I'll get my gloves off, get this off because it's a little bit, I've got a little bit of dirt and diesel and all that all over it, so I want to clean up everything, and then we'll start this up and see how it goes, eh? Cheers. Let's get into it. Now what goes first? Do I have to watch the video? Gasket. I've got to clean the dust off that. Okay guys, see you soon. Okay, got it all back together. I've actually put the exhaust on and I've got my little iTech World power box there. I'm going to run it off that. I've fueled it back up. I haven't tied this back down again, so you can see how what I was saying about that going around, like moving around a bit. I've got everything hooked up. It should start up. So what we'll do is we will turn on the DC. It's at 36%, it should be fine. It'll use a few watts starting up, so we'll press the button, start heating. A little bit of dust blowing out of the exhaust. I just banged that out a little bit. So you can see the soot that come out of that exhaust. I actually did clean that out there a second ago and got a fair bit of soot out of that. That was clogged up too, so if it had a bit of back pressure in there, it probably wasn't running as good. It'll take a few minutes for it to start up. There's air coming out of there, air going in there, so it's all working fine so far. It's just whether this little thing here starts pumping and this fires up. So we'll see, we'll stand back No, I don't think there's any reason to worry, but we'll see how it goes. See whether it starts up. Would this be something you would try at home yourself? Have you had trouble with your diesel heater? I have seen quite a few videos on diesel heaters that are installed in vans, and people have trouble with them not running right, blowing a lot of smoke, and I think a lot of it comes down to how you look after it. Make sure you always put clean fuel in it. Like I said, I put a little bit of kerosene in with mine, just not a lot, just a little bit. There you go. Pumps just come in, so you can see the fuel running down the pump there. It'll take a little while for it to prime back up again because I run all the fuel out of it. So it's starting to pump the fuel into the line, and we'll hear it sort of kick up a bit more when it starts heating. Here we go. It's blowing a little bit more soot out of that exhaust. Now obviously I'm not going to keep it running in the shed here with this exhaust the way it is, because all the wind will be blowing back into the shed. This is just for the video. I won't be in here long enough to get carbon monoxide poisoning. So we've got hot air coming out of there, so it's definitely fired up. It'll probably just take a little while just to burn back in again. We will... Whoop, don't press that. Hold that down. It's on the fastest speed. And we will turn it up to 30 something because we want it to really get hot. 36, that's as hot as it goes. It was only on 15, so it wasn't going to really do a lot. There we go. You can hear it winding up now. And you can feel that starting to really heat up now that I've turned it up from 15 degrees and it's only 13 outside. So, fuel's pumping in. Everything is running. It's chewing about 257 watts at the moment. So a few amps, probably about 4 amps. It'll chew more up the hotter it's running. But there you go there. That's really hot out of there now. That is really getting warm there now. It'll take a little while for that combustion chamber to heat up. But what do you reckon, guys? So there you go there. I'll turn around from the diesel heater so you don't get too much noise coming in. Sorry if the video is a bit long. I hope you've got something out of it. If you picked up on anything that I didn't do right or whatever, please let me know. There is replacement parts available from these from different suppliers. There's Australian suppliers where you'll probably get better parts. My diesel pump on this one is actually pretty quiet. I've heard really noisy ones. Like, I can't really hear that over the noise of the motor and the air coming out of the exhaust pipe. So, but you can buy new glow plugs, you can buy replacement gaskets, all sorts of stuff. You can even buy replacement motors if you want. I have been toying with the idea of buying a 2 kilowatt one, and maybe replacing the motor in this one when we go camping, seeing how it's not that hard to swap around. So I'll keep you informed about that, whether I do, whether I don't, whether I build my own system, build something to put it in, who knows. You know what I'm like, I love building things. So cheers everyone, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment down below, hit the like and subscribe, and most of all, stay safe, look after each other, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers everyone. I'm pretty impressed with that. See yous.